And welcome back to the Dawn Show. My special guest is General George Washington, portrayed by Samuel Davis. It's so good to have you here. We are live and local, so if families are home, if kids are home from school and you have a question, you can always call in. But I want you to take us back to General Washington, because we think about him as president, but General Washington. First of all, what kind of man was he? Did he and Martha have children? Take us back and paint the picture of who he was.
General Washington was a man of good character, of good morals, a decent man. He would always try to do his very best. And they say that General Washington always acted as if there was someone behind him. And there was. It was always God watching and directing Washington. All the way through his life, he was guided by he would call it divine providence, supreme architect of the universe, because Washington was a Freemason, and Freemasonry guided him throughout his life. When he was a little boy, his mother gave him a book. It was called the 110 Rules of Civility and Good Behavior in Fine Company. And he read those 110 rules. And we believe in today's world that that's one of the things that guided him.
Mm-hmm.
And
his mother was a huge influence in his life.
She was tough. She was very tough. And when his father died, when George Washington was 11 years old, she was the first general that he ever encountered.
Was his mother.
Yeah, that was his mother, because he already had 4 other brothers and sisters, and he, being the oldest, had to help out on the farm, and do everything and watch the other children. He wanted to go to college in England, but that was cut short just because of his father's death.
And is that where he learned how to ride, be a good horseman on the farm and so on?
Yes. His father taught him how to ride, and taught him how to hunt and do all those things. And when George Washington was about a mile away from home when his dad died, they sent for him.
Which doesn't sound far, but when you're on horse or on foot, a mile,
A mile's a long way. Right, you're absolutely right. And when he got home, he saw his father, this big, strapping backwoodsman, lying there near death. And that was very difficult for him because he was so close to his dad. Like I said, he taught his father taught him how to ride, hunt, fish, and be the man that he is today, or that he was.
Well, and you were cute because you told me before the show that, well, I'll be 282.
Years old. Right.
And so it's fun to think about, to bring him, that he's still alive in America today in many ways. I mean, we do celebrate General George Washington, our first president.
Yeah, he's every time you look at a dollar bill, you see his face. Every school in the United States, there's a proclamation that every school should have a picture of George Washington hanging in a prominent area.
Why do you think that, as a former school teacher, a retired school teacher, why do you think that's so important for kids to know who GW was and what he means to us?
For the children to look at his picture and to understand exactly what he did, not only as the first president of the United States of America, but as someone who led the United States out of the tyranny that Britain was trying to strangle.
And lived by example as well. When we come right back, as I know you have some interesting opinions about what George Washington and our founding fathers would actually think about today's divisive political world with the Republicans and the Democrats and the Tea Party. It's pretty interesting as the Dawn Show continues.